7 signs someone is extremely jealous of you. Let's be honest, jealousy isn't always obvious. It doesn't scream or throw a tantrum. It hides behind smiles, polite comments, and perfectly timed likes. But its damage, quietly corrosive. You might sense something's off. Someone claps, but only with one hand. They smile, but it doesn't quite reach their eyes. You chalk it up to mood or stress, but deep down you know this isn't just envy. It's resentment dressed up as support. Jealousy often shows up from the people closest to you, a friend, a family member, a coworker, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. You glow up and suddenly their energy dims. It's not about arrogance, it's not about you showing off. It's about what your success awakens in them. A silent comparison they never agreed to but can't ignore. If you're unaware, this energy can slowly erode your confidence and clarity. So today, let's break down 7 signs someone's deeply jealous of you, even if they don't realize how obvious it's become. 1. They downplay your success. You finally land that opportunity. You've worked quietly, consistently, and now you've made it. You share the news, and you're met with a flat, "Oh, nice," or a quick subject change. Worse, they hit you with the classic, "Must be nice." Instead of encouragement, you get subtle jabs. "Hope it lasts." Wow, they gave you that role. It's not concern, it's insecurity, poking through a polite mask. Jealous people don't hate your success. They just can't handle how it reflects on them. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself shrinking to keep them comfortable. Don't. You're not too loud. You're not too much. You're just growing. Let them adjust their volume. A real friend doesn't flinch at your progress. They celebrate it, even if they're still finding their own way. 2. Their advice makes you doubt yourself. You're making moves, and suddenly they're full of suggestions. But instead of helpful input, it sounds more like fear disguised as wisdom. Are you sure that's a good idea? I wouldn't have done it like that. At first, it seems caring, but their feedback always shows up when you're winning, not struggling. And it always seems to leave you feeling smaller, not supported. They don't offer clarity, they offer hesitation, packaged as concern. It's like someone watering a plant, but with vinegar instead of water. Looks helpful, isn't. Real friends challenge you with love. Jealous people challenge you with doubts. Their advice isn't guidance, it's hesitation in disguise. Say thank you, smile if you want, and keep going. Your intuition brought you this far. Don't trade it for someone else's second guessing. 3. They compete with you. Silently. You mention starting a new project, and a week later, they've been thinking of doing the same thing. You get in shape, they suddenly start posting gym selfies. You redecorate, and they show off a suspiciously similar aesthetic. Now, self-improvement is great, but what they're doing isn't growth. It's mimicry. It's a race they started without telling you, where your wins are just checkpoints on their insecurity map. And the irony? You never signed up for the race. You're living. They're comparing. Your life becomes a mirror they check too often. Your updates become triggers. Their updates become reactions. You're not in competition. You're building your life. Let them run imaginary laps. You've got real destinations to reach. 4. They twist the narrative behind your back. To your face, they smile. But when you're not around, the tone changes. They minimize your achievements. I mean, they got lucky. They raise doubts. Something just feels off about them lately. You start hearing strange feedback from mutual friends, things you never said, stories you never told. It's not a coincidence, it's a campaign. It's like they're trying to be your publicist. Except their press releases are full of half-truths and subtle jabs. They can't dim your light directly, so they try to shade your reputation. But truth doesn't need to fight gossip, just keep shining. Lies can't survive in clarity. You don't need to correct every rumor, just keep being consistent. Real ones will notice the difference. 5. They make everything about them. You share something meaningful, a win, a struggle, a dream, and within seconds, they redirect the spotlight. Suddenly, it's their story, their drama, their success. You end up nodding through a conversation you didn't even start. It's not just bad listening, it's emotional one-upping. Your experience reminds them of what they haven't faced or accomplished, so they hijack the moment. Jealousy doesn't always shout. Sometimes it just constantly changes the subject. People who care will make space for you. Jealousy doesn't share airtime, and slowly you'll notice it's always their stage, never yours. Let them monologue. You're building something real. Save your energy for people who see your story as more than a warm-up act for theirs. 6. They belittle your hard work. You achieve something big, and they call it luck. Or worse, they joke about how anyone could do that if they had time. Suddenly, your late nights and quiet effort become punchlines. And if you call it out, relax, it was just a joke. That's not humor, that's insecurity trying to dress up its bitterness. Your achievement shines a light they're not ready to sit under. And instead of dealing with their discomfort, they try to dim you. And the most confusing part? It's subtle. That quiet undermining can feel like overthinking, until you realize it's a pattern. Your success is valid. You earned it. Don't explain it. Don't shrink it. Let your work speak. And if someone feels uncomfortable with your light, that's their shadow to deal with. 7. They make you feel guilty for growing. This is the most dangerous sign. You begin to hesitate before sharing good news. You downplay your progress. You start phrases with, "I don't want to sound full of myself," but because every time you rise, their tone shifts. They ghost the group chat. They leave sarcastic comments. And deep down, you start feeling like maybe you should be quieter about your joy. Jealousy can't clap, but it can guilt trip. And if you're not careful, you'll carry that weight, wondering if you're too much, too ambitious, too proud. Don't fall for it. Your growth doesn't require guilt. You didn't get here by chance. You showed up. You did the work. You stayed consistent when no one was watching. That's not bragging, that's honoring your effort. Let them wrestle with their discomfort. You've got more to build. Final reflection. Here's the truth. Jealousy isn't always about malice. It's about pain. Most jealous people aren't evil. They're just stuck. And your progress is a mirror they didn't ask to look into. But that's not your responsibility to fix. You're not here to shrink. You're not here to downplay. You're here to grow. Protect your peace. Recognize the signs. And most importantly, keep going. Because when you rise, not everyone will clap. But the wise ones, they usually click subscribe. That's it for now.